Which actor seemed miscast in a role but ended up killing it? I think I was of the opinion that Joaquin Phoenix was an odd choice for the role of Johnny Cash until I saw his acting and heard his phenomenal voice sing these classics. I thought that Jim Carrey in The Truman Show must have been an error because he's a comic, but at the end I was so wrong that I reviewed all my life choices and felt like the worst human being on existence. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, in Italy called If You Leave Me I Delete You, was the same thing except better. Incredible movie. Every time I hear that Alexander Pope quote I begin crying. Gary Oldman as Zorg in The Fifth Element. RDJ in Tropic Thunder. Totally went for it. Everyone thought Travolta had been miscast in Pulp Fiction because at the time his career was on its knees. And he hadn't been cast in anything noteworthy in a very long time. Tarantino breathed new life into Ito's career but giving him the role. Patrick Warburton as Lemony Snicket. Really came out of nowhere for me. Rob Lowe in Parks and Recreation. Based on some of his other work it didn't seem like the role of an enthusiastic health nut fit him but he killed it. I'll always refer to the pushback that Dark Knight got when it was first revealed they cast that blonde dude from A Knight's Tale, and that 10 Things. Teen romance and the internet collectively went WTF. Wow. That was a huge error on our part. Michael Keaton in Batman. People lost it when he was cast. In 2002, nobody could imagine Matt Damon playing a badass CIA assassin with amnesia. I saw the preview on TV and was like, the dude from Good Will Hunting. The Jason Bourne movies are among my all-time faves now and I can't picture anyone else in that role. I remember going to the theater to see Silkwood in 1983 with Meryl Streep and Kurt Russell. When they showed Cher's name at the beginning, people audibly laughed. She was fantastic in the movie and went on to a very respectable film career. I had always thought she was a good actor from her days on the Sonny and Cher show, so why not go dramatic? Anyway, I love all her work. Gene Roddenberry hated Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. To the extent he had him wearing a wig during casting. The runner-up for the role told Stewart that he killed the audition, but to lose the wig. Eventually Roddenberry came around, and I personally think Stewart's Picard was the most amazing captain to ever appear in the franchise. Cate Blanchett as Bob Dylan in I'm Not There. She was the most believable Dylan in that movie by far. Will Ferrell in Stranger Than Fiction. Played an excellent role as a non-goofball. Joaquin Phoenix playing Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. I am a huge Cash fan and was very disappointed. He absolutely killed it though. I was so wrong. Charlize Theron in Monster. Edward Norton American History X. I could never feel intimidated by Norton, or so I thought. I was terrified of his character. I was skeptical of Pedro Pascal as Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones. In the books the character has a darker, more commanding type of charisma, but Pedro's version was terrific. David Tennant as Purple Man in Jessica Jones. To me, he was a brilliant but goofy Doctor Who, not a bad it. Holy cow though, if his safe and cozy DR rep didn't quickly dissolve away. Daniel Radcliffe in everything after Harry Potter. Keanu Reeves as Neo. In my head, he was typecast as Theodore Logan, but he did really well in The Matrix, too. I still like Bill and Ted more, probably because of nostalgia, but The Matrix was so far removed from Bill and Ted and the other stuff he had done until that point, that it was surprising how well his Neo turned out. Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo. He already showed with Good Will Hunting and I Bicentennial Man that he can also do drama, but a thriller with him as the main actor? Yes. Really it has to be Leslie Nielsen in Airplane. A straight/serious actor of the era playing a role of high farce. How could that work? Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Before that he was a normal rom-com guy cast in an action film when most action leads were absolutely shredded. So much so that the trailers had audiences laughing and they actually removed him from the poster. Needless to say, the rest is history. Edit, The Movies That Made Us series on Netflix is great and has an episode on Die Hard if anyone is interested. Betty White as Rose Nilland and Rue McClanahan as Blanche Devereaux. In fact, Bea Arthur wasn't even interested in doing Golden Girls at first, because she though Betty would be playing Blanche, and Rue would be playing Rose, and figured it just wouldn't be interesting to have them reprise the types of roles they'd played before. But when she was told that Betty would be playing the sweet, ditzy woman and Rue would be playing the man-hungry diva/vixen, she thought it was a great idea and came on board. Also, I'll admit that Eva Longoria didn't impress me at first on Desperate Housewives as Gabby Solis. But once she got comfortable with the role, she really became my favorite of the main cast, if we don't count Edie, and was the funniest one on there. And she could nail the dramatic scenes, too. Ricardo Antonio Chavarra should also get credit for making Carlos go from an insufferable, abusive prick to a lovable, sympathetic, funny husband. It almost seems like season 1 Carlos was just a fever dream. Plus, he and Eva had perfect chemistry once the writing for them started to improve.